Good morning.
Good morning, tutor.
Hey, how's it going? So, girls, I'm gonna just mark down your attendance. Let me see, who do we have here? We have Claudia Flores. Very good. And Angie Calderon. 1 second, please. Okay, I got it. So, girls, as you know, we have a CEPTO session for today. It is actually a speaking session, because as you know, the CEPTO, the way we do it in this university is by addressing the 4 skills: speaking, writing, listening, and speaking, which is what we're going to do today. So we're gonna actually do plenty of speaking, but before we start, I'd like to address the 2 types of questions that we get on this exam. So I'm gonna share my screen. And also, just so you know, girls, I am recording this session. Please keep in mind, when this session is finished, go back and watch this video and listen to yourselves. That is an excellent exercise, listening to yourselves and see what can be improved. All right, without further ado, I'm sharing my screen. All right, it's already sharing. And this is the presentation. So there are 2 types of questions in the CEPTO. One is speaking about you and giving advices. The other one is describing a picture. What is speaking about you made of? You're gonna have one teacher who's probably don't know you, who's gonna be probably your first encounter with him. And so you're gonna have to tell them about you. He's gonna ask you, what is your name? Where do you live? And what do you like to do in your free time? Things like that. That is speaking about you. From that very moment, the teacher is evaluating you. So take the chance of those questions to show that you're a C1 speaker. Because remember, you're doing the CEPTO because you want to prove that you are a C1 speaker. If you get a B2 or a B1, you're not gonna pass the exam, and thus you're not gonna be able to graduate. So keep that in mind. You're showing me that you're a C1 speaker. What is given advices about? Give me 1 second. Yeah. So given advices, I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite restaurant? And what is your favorite dish? Would you suggest me to eat that if I'm a vegan? Or what is your favorite place to go to vacations? I actually like to go to the beach. Do you have any suggestion for me? That's how we're gonna ask you about giving me advices. And the final question is, I'm gonna give you a picture and you're gonna have some time to describe that picture. So let's address first these questions, talking about yourself. First and foremost, prepare to give longer answers. If I ask you, where are you from, and you tell me I'm from Bogota, that's not a good question, good answer. You're gonna have to tell me a longer than usual question. For example, I live in Bogota. I've been living here for the past 10 years. I lived previously in this place. I moved because my husband is here and we wanted our children to have this school. Anything you can think of, make longer questions, because when I ask you about yourself, I actually don't want to know about yourself. Imagine if I was the evaluator. What I want to know is that you are a fluent speaker. Let me write it because this is extremely important. Fluency. So any question that I give you, you want to show me that you're fluent. This is what I'm trying to get from these questions. Are you studying or working? Don't simply say, I'm studying, or I'm working and studying, and that's it. Give longer answers. This is as well for the case of, can you tell us about your future plans? And so on. We're gonna do a role play. I'm gonna be your evaluator, and I'm gonna give you the questions exactly as the evaluator is going to give you the questions. So for this, I'm gonna start speaking, talking to you, and as we're speaking, I want you to answer these questions. Remember, prepare to give longer answers. So we're gonna do first the role play with Claudia. Claudia, hello, Claudia. So thank you for coming to the exam. Now it's important to know a little bit about yourself. Let's start first talking about where are you from?
Okay. I'm from Bogota, Colombia. I live close neighborhood Normandia. I live in Villaluz. In this place, we have close Libre University, and Jardín Garden, Botanic Garden is the most important in Bogota. I have lived all my life in Bogota, in this part, with my family. My family is from Santanderian, but I was born in Bogota, and my culture and influence any my behavior, but my customs are Bogota. No much.
That's perfect. You did a very good try right there. All right. So, Claudia, you're from Bogota. Now, are you studying or working?
And but I studying and working. I'm working for a Pichincha bank, and I have working with this bank for 4 years. 4 years ago, 4 years. And I am studying English at university. Um, uh, I like the language, and I hope can work with this knowledge, because in the one I have worked all my life, but uh, I don't like this work. Um, I prefer working with the language.
All right. And can you tell us, please, about your future plans?
Well, I have immediately plans, as buy my of apartment, but very small. I don't like have apartment very very big, and I want to change to work where with finish my career, um, and I want to change the city because Bogota is very complicated. For the transport is very hard. I prefer the town. The life is more easy.
All right. Now, that's the first thing you're gonna encounter. I'm the evaluator, and the first things that I am gonna ask you about is just about you. So, I'm gonna address your answers. These three: where are you from? Are you studying or working? And can you tell us about your future plans? Now, regarding of your longer answers, you did a perfect job. That was very good. In some instances, you talk about things that were outside the scope of the question, which is excellent. I want you to encourage, keep doing that, because when you do that, we're going to give you more points to each of these questions. Also, uh, this advice doesn't work for everyone, but the way the evaluator asks you the question is naturally because they want to portray that they're friends with you. So we want to know how much of a knowledge do you have when speaking casually. So you did very well. It seemed like we were having a casual conversation. Where are you from? I'm from here, and so on. Are you studying or working? That was perfect. So in regards to that first question, speaking about you, you did very good, right? Now we're gonna talk about describing a picture. This is what you're gonna get. Exactly this. The tutor is gonna share his screen. He's gonna show you one picture, and it most likely says, "What do you see?" So here's the deal. Even
Okay.
though you see, no, let me just finish because this is very important.
Okay.
So you probably see a group of trees, a river, a beach, and a boat, but I don't want you to tell me that. I, as I said in the beginning, what I want to know is whether you're a fluent speaker or not. So when you take these images, try to imagine something that we don't see in the picture. Maybe in that boat there's a family on a vacation. Maybe there's an adventurer that's swimming with his boat and he wants to meet new waters, or something else that you imagine. I want you to also tell me something that not everyone sees, but you only see. Maybe this is a very calm situation for you. So you get the idea. The way we give you these images is you got 2 minutes to think about your answer. And after those 2 minutes, you're gonna start speaking. So I've been speaking for about 1 minute. I'm gonna give you 1 minute more to think about your answer. And after that, I'm gonna come back with you.
Okay. It's a beautiful place for to go out with the family. There are excellent weather. Is no hot, is no hot, and is not so cold. The uh, in is excellent for to take photos. Um, and there are lands is beautiful right there. There are many trees. The water is beautiful right there. Are uh, um, uh, a large space for to appreciate the place. It's excellent to go out uh, with friends to walk around the place. The boat the boats in this place is excellent um, to see every the details in this place. There are mm, there are many plants for the botanics. It's excellent to take a to to take some some plants. No much.
All right, that was good. Okay,
Okay.
so what do we want to have from this type of question? Why do we even care about describing images if we very rarely do this? Well, this is a very important question for this section because with this type of exercise, we can know how do you process new thoughts according to speaking. So as you're speaking, you're probably getting new ideas in your brain. Maybe, yeah, it's a calming place and there's a family. So you're creating new sentences. And give me 1 second because Hilda is trying to call me. Let me call her right here on the chat. 1 second. I'm sorry, Claudia.
Okay.
Hilda. And also, I had Angie, but Angie's offline. Okay, so let's continue. The type of this question is allowing me to see how well do you create new ideas. So you did that very well. At some point, you stopped having ideas, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. What's most important is that you keep talking. If you can talk about 1 minute, we know that you are a fluent speaker. Not everyone can talk 1 minute in English. So the more you talk, the better. And you did very well right here. Now we're gonna do another image, and after that, give me 1 second because Hilda's writing me right here, but she's supposed to be in the group. Let me send the link to Hilda. 1 second. Yeah, she's right here now. Okay.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Hilda. So, we were talking about describing pictures. Now, the advice that I give you, girls, is just to give longer answers. I was saying to Claudia that even though that you see some turtles, there's a river, some trees, I want you to tell me something that you imagine from this image. And that would be maybe there's a couple turtles following their mother, or they're running from a tiger that was chasing them. Something like that. The way that I want you to address this question is by having a lot of imagination. So even though it says, what do you see? Tell me about also what else do you see, or something that you see that I cannot see. You're gonna have 2 minutes to think about this, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start talking.
Me and Hilda.
No, wait 2 minutes. Prepare your answers. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with you, Claudia.
Okay. Um, okay, this is the like of the turtle. It's a paradise for them, much water for every place, many eats. Many eats and beautiful sun. There is an excellent place to do many friends. I love this is animal. They seem very happy. There are many turtles in the trees. Uh, Looking for it and water. They are swimming in the beautiful in the beautiful place. I I saw many birds seeing the turtles playing with every friends in your paradise. It's incredible to see as every animal, every plant uh, are beautiful in this place. Everything in this place is is happy, is excellent to create a good environment. No, no se me ocurre nada más.
That's perfect. So when we all happen to feel this way when we stop having more ideas. When we have that, it's a good idea to close the speech by saying, and finally, I think is important to remember that we need to take care of our environment, something like that. What's important is to literally say, finally, or lastly, in conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll remember to do that for the next images. Now, let's do it with Hilda. Hilda, please unmute your microphone and start talking.
Yes, yes, teacher. What do you see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turtles are under the tree of the river. I are uh, they are coffee color and black color. Um, I like the tortoise. Um, I I have been a turtle um, many years, and my doctor uh, um, to buy a turtle because I like uh, those animals. Um, is uh, the river uh, um, the turtle are fanning the the in the camp, in the field. um, 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 some turtles live in the river, others live in the sea. These are living in the river. Mhm.
All
No more.
right. No more. Okay. So remember, you were to say finally, lastly, in conclusion, instead of no more. However, your answer was good because you talk about a personal experience. You had a total, and you use some of that time to talk about your experience, which is amazing. I wanted to hear that. Even though it's the question right there is, what do you see? Take some time to tell me something that I don't see. In this case, I personally follow 2 steps, which is first talking about what you actually see. And in the case of Hilda, she told us that there was a number of total 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is good. You can use some of that time to tell me what do you actually see. Sometimes do you forget the names of, for example, I don't know what's the name of ramas, branches. So don't focus on that. Focus on what you already know. For example, you know this is a leaf, this is a log of tree. There's turtle here that's splashing some water. Focus on what you know, because let me move back to my drawboard. There are 2 goals in this exam. One is the evaluator goal. Evaluator. Let me delete this. Goal. And the other one is the student goal. The evaluator goal is to know if you are a good speaker. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to bring my pointer. It's just right behind me. Okay, I got it. So the student goal is to show, let me use the red, to show that I am a C1 speaker. Notice how these go in contrast. The evaluator wants to know if you're a good speaker, whereas the student wants to show that you're a good speaker. And so we were doing this exercise because this is exactly what you're gonna get in that exam. Hilda didn't see some of the first questions, which is talking about you. This was already done by Claudia. And the other type of question is talking about a picture. Now, talking about a picture also includes talking about processes. In this picture, you're gonna see a process. So let's try to see how well do you do that. You're gonna have again 2 minutes to think about your question. This is literally what you get in the exam. And after those 2 minutes, I'm gonna go back with you and you're gonna start speaking. So 2 minutes from now.
Eagle.
All right, girls. So let's start with Hilda. Hilda, please start. Hilda,
Yes, teacher.
you need to start speaking.
Excuse me.
Ladybug.
You need to start speaking. Do you hear me?
Excuse me. Tengo problemas con el micrófono, por favor. Excuse me.
Okay, don't worry. Let's start with Claudia. Claudia, go ahead. Remember to unmute your microphone.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
All right.
Okay, listo. And in this food change, in this food chains, there is they walking to eat the frog. The frog has has taken food of ladybug, And this is a small animal, has it many leaves, and and many leaves, and in these to be prepared to eagles can't can eat to the snake.
Did you finish? Did you finish, Claudia? Okay, well, I'm gonna imagine that you finished. In this case, I was not sure you finished because you needed to tell me lastly, finally, in conclusion. That's extremely important because otherwise I wouldn't know when did you finish your speech. On the other hand, you address all of these animals, which is very good. You're telling me that you have very good vocabulary. You talk about the eagle, the ladybug, the grass, the frog, and the snake. Very good. But sometimes remember that you're not gonna have the chance to look online and see the names of these things. When we don't know the names, you probably know something close. For example, we don't know the name of the ladybug, so you will call it an insect or a bug. Let's say that you don't know the name of this. Well, you probably can relate it to something that you know, for example, grass or wheat. That is acceptable. You don't have to have all the vocabulary there is in the word. So you did a very good answer, both in the introduction, which is talking about yourself, and also these two images. Now, finally, I want Hilda to tell me what do you see right here. Hello? Yes, I have you. Don't worry for that. So, we were just concluding this session. I wanted to Hilda to do one picture, but she's not here. However, I'm gonna also tell you to finalize this session how you can get into the CEPTO exam. So this university makes the CEPTO every 2 months, and so you just have to write to your leader. I'm gonna write you the name of the leader. His name is Julio Cesar Tulande. Now leave down the email. It's Julio tulande@unad.edu.co. So this is the email of the leader. You write to him and tell him, buenas tardes, quisiera presentar mi prueba CEPTO. You can talk to him in Spanish because he is from, I believe, from Cali. And he's gonna program your exam, and then some teacher is gonna evaluate you, some teacher from this university. I think you guys are ready, both Hilda and Claudia. Remember that you have 2 chances to take this exam, and your goal is to show that you are a C1 speaker, whereas our goal as evaluator is to assess your speaking level. Also, there are some skills that need to be addressed in this exam, like reading and listening. Those are very important. This is our 7th session, and there are going to be 10 sessions. So we have 3 sessions left for us to prepare you. Utilize those very well. After this week, we're just gonna have 2 sessions and then 1 session. So take the chance to improve your answers in that exam by having these encounters. Now that will be everything for today. I appreciate your attendance, and I wonder, do you have any questions?
No, teacher. No, it's clear. The process is clear for me. I need more vocabulary, but this process is to me.
All right. Also, remember to watch your recordings, because just by listening at yourself, you're gonna improve a lot. Trust me. Okay. Okay, Claudia. So I hope you have a nice day, and goodbye.
Okay. The same, teacher. Goodbye. Thank you.